Please find a seat. The ceremony will begin in 10 minutes.
Good morning, and welcome to the law school graduation ceremony for the class of 2025. Will the audience please stand for the national anthem and remain standing for the invocation, which will be delivered by Abigail Cravens, a member of the class of 2025 and Vice President of the Student Bar Association.
Please bow your head. Dear Heavenly Father, today we unite our hearts in gratitude and prayer, lifting up those who graduate. We thank you for the many blessings you have bestowed upon us, the strength to persevere, the wisdom gained, the relationships built, and the memories that have shaped us. Without your guidance and grace, we would not stand here today. As we step forward into a new chapter, we ask for your presence to lead us in integrity and purpose. May we honor you in all that we do, directed by your wisdom and anchored by your truth. Instill in us a servant's heart so that we may serve others with kindness and grace, even in times of challenge and adversity. Lord, may we remain faithful to the calling you have placed on our lives, trusting in your guidance as we seek to use our gifts in service to others. Grant us the wisdom to discern what is right and just, and the courage to follow your path wherever it may lead. May our lives be a testament to your faithfulness and goodness. May we walk forward not by our own strength, but by your hand, knowing that every step is ordered by you. May your presence go before us, and may your grace sustain us always. Amen.
Please be seated. Members of the law school faculty and staff, members of the class of 2025, distinguished guests, family and friends, it is a great pleasure for me to welcome you on this happy occasion. We are thrilled to have you with us this morning to share this special occasion. To the class of 2025, you made it. It's inspiring to think of the challenges you've overcome to be where you are right now. You are graduating from one of the very best law schools in the nation. All of us, faculty and staff, are proud of you. I now have the privilege of providing some opening remarks. A colleague of mine once reminded me of the 3 important B's when speaking. First, be brief. Second, be sincere. And 3, be seated. With this in mind, I promise to be sincere and eventually sit down, and I acknowledge that being brief is a relative concept, but I will limit my remarks to 4 points. Points I urge you to carefully consider as you embark on this very exciting and rewarding career that is ahead of you. My first point is to remind you that you are uniquely positioned to instigate positive changes in your community and our nation. While I admit that not everyone likes lawyers, most people respect them. People will listen carefully to your comments on important issues, and not just on issues relating to the law. Over your lifetime as a lawyer, if you want, you will have the opportunity to influence others' views, lead important initiatives, create policy changes, protect rights, and enforce justice. Do not underestimate your ability to change your community and our nation for the better. I was impressed by a story I read by a KUT news reporter, Matt Largy, about a UT sophomore named Gregory Watson. In 1982, Gregory was charged with writing a paper about governmental process. He went to the library and started reading about the US Constitution. He said that he read a chapter about potential constitutional amendments that Congress had sent to state legislatures, but which not enough legislatures had approved. One unratified amendment jumped out at him, quote, "No law varying the compensation for the services of senators and representatives shall take effect until an election of representatives shall have intervened." Essentially, this means that any pay raise Congress votes to give itself can't take effect until the next election, which will allow voters to have time to consider it. The amendment had been proposed almost 200 years earlier in 1789 by James Madison, but 3/4 of the states didn't approve it. Gregory became intensely interested in this topic. He wrote his paper about the amendment and argued that it was still alive and could be ratified. He received a C grade on the paper. After he received his grade, he said, "I'm going to get that thing ratified." He needed 38 states to approve the amendment. 9 states had already approved it, so he needed 29 more. He began by writing letters to members of US Congress to ascertain whether they knew anyone in their home states who might be willing to support the amendment in their state legislatures. He didn't receive many responses. When he did get a response, it was generally negative. But then something happened. A senator from Maine decided to pass the proposed amendment on to someone he knew in his state, who passed it on to someone else, who introduced it in the Maine legislature. In 1983, the Maine lawmakers passed it. Emboldened by this development, Gregory wrote dozens of additional letters, writing to every state lawmaker he could think of who might be willing to help him. His plan started to work. Colorado passed the amendment in 1984, then 5 additional states passed it in 1985, 3 more states passed it in 1986, 3 more in 1987, and 3 more in 1988. 7 more passed it in 1989, including the state of Texas. By 1992, 35 state legislatures had approved the amendment. Then in 1992, 3 more passed it, reaching the 38 state threshold, and the proposal became the 27th constitutional amendment. Why did Gregory do this? In his own words, he said, quote, "I wanted to demonstrate that one extremely dedicated, extremely vocal, energetic person could push this through. I think I demonstrated that." You, like Gregory, can demonstrate that as well. Now, you don't need to be instrumental in passing a constitutional amendment to create change, and you don't need to do it alone. In fact, you will amplify your influence by working with others. I encourage you to be active in state and local bar associations, Inns of Court, and other groups. SMU Dedman Law graduates have a long history of active participation in these groups, including serving as presidents of these organizations. By the way, regarding the professor who gave Greg a C on his paper, when she learned about what happened 35 years later after he wrote the paper, she officially changed the C to an A. Point number 2, be intentional about allocating a portion of your time, both professional and personal, in serving and helping others, no matter what career path you choose and position you take. You have developed valuable advocacy skills that can be used to help others to enforce their rights and redress their wrongs. It's an inspiring and important responsibility. Many of us have good intentions about dedicating a portion of our time to help others, but unless you are intentional about reserving time, time will get away from you. You will have busy schedules and many demands on your time. You will go on to become, like our graduates before you, managing partners of international firms, federal judges, CEOs, general counsel of Fortune 500 companies, public servants, real estate developers, bankers, business owners, skillful litigators and transactional attorneys, and so much more. And as impressive as that is, I promise you that intentionally dedicating a portion of your time to serving others, both professionally and personally, will enrich your lives even more. It will make your life more rewarding and meaningful. As a corporate litigator in a large law firm, I tried to be intentional about allocating a portion of my time to pro bono representation. I'm glad I did, although some of the cases I worked on were much more time-consuming and complex than I anticipated. Now, years later, as I look back on my experience as a litigator, I have fond memories. As a corporate lawyer, I worked with interesting, ultra-talented attorneys on a multitude of complex, exciting issues. That said, I also remember the pro bono matters I worked on and the people I helped. Those experiences still bring me great satisfaction today, and I have observed over my lifetime a common pattern. Sometimes when I embark on a service opportunity, I'm not that excited to participate. In fact, I admit that sometimes I wonder why I agreed to do it when I have so many of the things that seem so pressing. However, while I'm helping others, and especially after I finish, I feel happy, grateful, and enriched. You may already be familiar with this principle from your pro bono experiences. To graduate from Dedman Law, you are required to complete a minimum of 30 hours of law-related public service, and many of you exceeded this requirement. I urge you to continue dedicating a portion of your time to pro bono service throughout your career. Our judges on both sides of the aisle consistently remind us of the unmet need for legal representation to help people with real problems that, if met, will improve their lives and the lives of their family. I promise you that dedicating a portion of your time to pro bono service will bring you greater satisfaction to your legal career. Point number 3, just as you have done these last 3 years, continue to find ways to stretch yourself and develop new skills. Commit yourself to lifelong study. You have learned by now that real learning, real growth is not a comfortable process. In fact, if you feel comfortable, most likely you are not learning, improving, or growing at all. Rather, real growth occurs when you are struggling and being challenged. I hope you will reach the point of becoming more comfortable being uncomfortable. And when you do feel very comfortable in your life or in your job, you will know that it may be time to take on new challenges and opportunities. You will experience even more growth and satisfaction over your lifetime if you do. One of my personal heroes is former U.S. President Abraham Lincoln. I love learning about his life, perspectives, struggles, habits, and ambition to become a better person and make a difference. I'm grateful to the writings of Doris Kearns Goodwin, from which I draw upon to share some insights about President Lincoln. He did not have an easy childhood. His family was impoverished, and when his mother passed away, he was just 9 years old. After his mother passed away, his father left him and his 12-year-old sister on their own for 7 months in what might have been described as a wild region, so his father could return to Kentucky to find a new wife. When Abraham's new stepmother returned, she found Abraham and his sister Sarah ragged and dirty, just trying to survive. Yet, even as a young boy, Lincoln had a clear and inquisitive mind. He valued learning. His mind was not quick, but his reasoning and comprehension skills were excellent. He was extraordinarily curious, and he wanted to understand the world around him. He consistently entered the struggle to learn. According to Doris Kearns Goodwin, in Lincoln's own words, quote, "When he got a hunt for an idea, He could not sleep until he caught it, and even then, he was not able to rest until he bounded it. He was motivated to develop every talent he possessed to the fullest extent possible. He read books while others played. When he learned how to print the alphabet, he would practice wherever he could, using charcoal, writing them in the dirt, sand, or snow. He soon had the best penmanship in the neighborhood. Because formal education for youth cost money and took time away from manual labor to support the family, Lincoln's father was against formal education. Thus, Abraham had to find ways to educate himself. He borrowed as many books as he could and persisted even when his father severely punished him for wasting his time with books. As a practicing attorney, his quest for learning did not stop. His learning extended beyond the law. He studied philosophy, science, astronomy, history, literature, political economy, poetry, and drama. He even tried to work out mathematical theorems and proofs. With respect to mathematics, he continued his quest to understand even to the point of exhaustion until he had nearly mastered the 6 books of Euclid. Not only did Lincoln proactively seek out opportunities for learning and persist to fully understand difficult concepts, which was not a comfortable process, but he was also humble. Humility aids the learning process. Humility allows us to receive feedback, which is critical for our growth. Humility facilitates learning by reminding us to listen to others and learn from them even when we do not agree with them or consider them friendly to us. We all need to adopt this important attribute, and Lincoln embodied it. To illustrate, I've long been impressed with the following account about Lincoln. When Lincoln was a practicing lawyer in Illinois, he worked on a patent case with another lawyer named Edward Stanton. Cyrus McCormick, the inventor of the McCormick Reaper, hired Stanton to secure an injunctive order against a fellow inventor. The case was going to be tried in Chicago, and Stanton and his partner wanted a local attorney to join the team. On recommendation, they hired Abraham Lincoln. Stanton had a reputation for being one of the very best lawyers in the nation, while Lincoln's reputation as a lawyer was only just emerging locally. When Stanton looked upon Lincoln for the first time, he saw a tall, gangly man who was dressed in clothes that did not fit him well. He immediately dismissed Lincoln, telling his partner that Lincoln did not, quote, know anything and could do you no good. After that brief encounter, Stanton would not consult with Lincoln, would not eat with him, speak to him, and not even read the legal brief that Lincoln labored over for a considerable time. Remarkably, instead of lashing out, seeking revenge, or quitting, Lincoln chose to remain humble and learn from this experience. He stayed in the courtroom all week and studied Stanton's performance. Lincoln commented that he had never seen anything so finished, so elaborated, and so thoroughly prepared. And he applied what he learned from Stanton to become a more effective advocate. To Lincoln's tremendous credit, after he was elected as President of the United States, Lincoln appointed Stanton to be a member of his cabinet as Secretary of War, even though Lincoln had not forgotten how humiliated he felt during this episode. Stanton's law partner stated that when Lincoln was convinced that the interest of the nation would be best served by bringing Stanton into his cabinet, he suppressed his personal resentment, as not many men would have done, and made the appointment. It's worth noting that after serving with Lincoln, Stanton not only came to revere him, but to love him. Lincoln teaches us that humility can aid learning and facilitate the right outcome. For my final point, I acknowledge that I may sound paternalistic. However, as a father of 5 children, I am accustomed to this. This point is encapsulated by a line of one of my favorite movies, The Empire Strikes Back. The Force is with you, young Skywalker, but you are not a Jedi yet. You graduates hopefully know where I am going with this on this final point. There is still one formidable challenge that remains before you can practice law. You must pass the bar exam. Don't underestimate this challenge. The bar exam is difficult. It is specifically designed so that students who do not prepare well will fail. It's heartbreaking for us when a capable student who should pass the bar doesn't pass, sometimes by just a couple of points because the student doesn't sufficiently prepare. And it doesn't get easier the second time. You want this to be a one and done experience. Knock it out now. Don't go on vacation until after you take the bar exam. Do things the right way so you will pass it on the first attempt. Work hard. You can do this. Parents and friends, we have crafted a letter addressed to you so that you can understand more about the bar exam and how to support your graduates as they embark on yet another challenge, the final challenge to become fully authorized to practice law in a state of their choice. We will offer support over the summer to help our graduates be successful, and we hope that they will take advantage of it. We have full confidence in you, our stellar graduates, that you will be successful if you put in the work. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you our valedictorian for this year for some brief remarks. Our valedictorian is Jada Wyrick. By the way, I don't think her parents and family knew this until they walked into this Coliseum today, which is remarkable. Jada Wyrick graduated from Grandview University in Des Moines, Iowa, as a first-generation college student. While there, she majored in criminal justice and political science and competed in the heptathlon for the university's track and field team. During her time at SMU, Jada was a member of the International Law Review Association and served as a student attorney and chief counsel in the Criminal Justice Clinic. In addition, starting in the spring of her 1L year, she served as a research assistant for Professor Hillel Bavley. She also competed on various moot court teams and came in second place at the 2024 National Criminal Procedure Moot Court Competition. After the bar exam, Jada plans to join the Dallas County District Attorney's Office and will later clerk for the Honorable Karen Glenn Scholler, United States District Court for the Northern District of Texas. As Jada comes to the podium, please join me in congratulating her.
Good morning. I will actually be brief. I cannot express what an honor it is to be here with you all today. I feel so lucky to have gotten to know so many of you over the last 3 years. Law school has a funny way of forming the strongest of relationships. Maybe it's a case of what they call trauma bonding. Or maybe it's just because law school is truly a peculiar environment. At many times throughout law school, it felt like life was happening all around us, but yet our lives were put on pause. When our college friends went on spring break, we were here in Underwood Law Library. While our nieces, nephews, and siblings grew up, and our parents and grandparents grew older, we were here in Underwood Law Library. Some of our friends got married, bought a house, and maybe even had a baby, while the whole time we were here in Underwood Law Library. As everything around us was changing, and our lives, as we knew them, were seemingly going on with or without us, we had to remind ourselves why we came to law school in the first place. Whenever I sought to rediscover my why, I was reminded of a question asked by our SBA mentors on the very first day of orientation. If money were no object, and you could be anything, what would you do with your life? Almost everyone had a different answer to this question. We would be school teachers, engineers, military service members, or healthcare workers. But while the responses were mixed, almost all of them had a common theme. If we could do anything, we would help others. As we sit here today, having earned a law degree, we can now pursue these passions in ways we never could have before. Maybe you plan to work in education or healthcare law, or plan to join the JAG Corps. Maybe you will help businesses patent their ideas, or plan to just dedicate pro bono hours to a cause that reminds you of your why. No matter what we end up doing with our degrees, we wouldn't have been able to do any of it without SMU's wonderful faculty and exceptional programs. To our professors, thank you for believing in us and pushing us to follow our why, no matter how niche. To my parents and family, who, again, really didn't know I was speaking today until a few moments ago, and to all the families here today, thank you for your undying support and patience. Finally, to the graduates, as we press the resume button on life, please continue to look out for one another. And, as if money were no object, please be a lawyer. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2025.
Thank you, Jada. At this time, I would also like to honor one of our faculty colleagues who will retire at the end of this academic year. Professor Greg Ivey received his BBA from the University of Texas at Austin, his JD from the University of Houston College of Law, and his MA with a law librarianship concentration from the University of Chicago Graduate Library School. Before beginning his career at SMU Dedman School of Law in 1989, Professor Ivey worked 4 years as an associate attorney at the law firm of Buchanan, Barnett, Schofield, and Kent in Tyler, Texas, which then merged with Cowles and Thompson in Dallas, where he defended toxic tort, products liability, and other insurance litigation. After leaving the law firm, he moved to Chicago and served as a reference librarian interim at the D'Angelo Law Library at the University of Chicago for 1 year. During his time at Dedman Law, he has served as a senior reference librarian for 3 years, head of public services for 5 years, associate director for 16 years, interim director of library and technology for 1 year, and has most recently served as the associate dean for library and technology and senior lecturer for the past 10 years. He will be retiring from SMU after 36 years of service to this law school. Professor Ivey, will you please stand to be recognized? He's been wonderful and a great friend. We are so grateful for Professor Ivey and wish him the very best in the next chapter of his life. The faculty of the law school are both scholars and teachers. Through their scholarship, lectures, and other activities, they have influenced the path of the law around the country and world. But it is primarily as teachers that our students have known us. As an affirmation of this importance that we attach to teaching, the school has established a prize to be awarded each year to a member of the full-time faculty who is voted by the graduating class to be the best classroom instructor. The Outstanding Teacher Prize is known as the Dr. Don M. Smart Teaching Award, so named because of a generous gift from a member of the class of 1965. Alejandro Cantu, the outgoing president of the Student Bar Association, will announce the winner of the award. As Alejandro comes to the podium, I want to thank him for his wonderful and energetic leadership as the SBA president this year.
It is my pleasure to announce that this year's award recipient is Professor Anna Offit. I can speak personally as one of her evidence students that she is a phenomenal professor who embodies the spirit of SMU Dedman School of Law. Congratulations, Professor Offit.
This JD class was the 29th class to be required as a condition for graduation to perform 30 hours of law-related public service. This program was initiated to honor the principle that a lawyer must always give back to his or her community. The JD class of 2025 performed a total of 14,845 hours of public service for an average of 66 hours per student. As a result of their contributions over the past 29 years, SMU Dedman law students have provided more than 400,000 hours in pro bono legal assistance to the underserved in our community. We have instituted a pro bono honor roll for graduating students contributing 200 or more hours to public service. You can find the list of 28 graduates inducted to the pro bono honor roll in your programs. However, we have 6 outstanding students who have each volunteered over 300 hours to serving the community, and I would like to take a moment to recognize each of these 6 students for their significant contributions. As I say the student's name, please stand to be recognized. First, Timothy Rice Anick. Timothy volunteered over 554 hours while assisting the United States Department of Transportation and the Center for Auto Safety. Second, Edward Bennett Lassiter. Edward volunteered over 400 hours at the Tarrant County District Attorney's Office. The third student is Angelina Hem. Angelina volunteered 385 hours at the Dallas County District Attorney's Office. The fourth student, Emily Marie Kirschenbaum. Emily volunteered over 351 hours between the United States Department of Agriculture, the Child Poverty Action Lab, and the California Department of Justice Land Use Conservation Section. Fifth, Taylor Rosenbleeth. Taylor volunteered 342 hours at the Tarrant County District Attorney's Office. And finally, Simran Kaur Najjar. Simran volunteered over 300 hours between the SMU Family Law Clinic, the Dallas Kids Project, the Dallas Volunteer Attorney Program, the Texas Scottish Rite Hospital for Children, and the United States Department of Health and Human Services. Please join me again in congratulating these 6 students. Please join me in recognizing all of the students in the class of 2025 for their outstanding pro bono service. The John E. Kennedy Memorial Awards are given in honor of Professor John Kennedy, who served on our faculty with distinction for 20 years until his untimely death in 1989. Professor Kennedy was a beloved teacher and had a strong commitment to the law as a service profession. It is most fitting, then, that the awards given in his memory are presented to the JD graduates who are deemed by their classmates to exemplify the spirit of service by working tirelessly to benefit the law school community. Our first recipient serves as the president of the Student Bar Association. Throughout his law school career, Alexander Cantu was active in SMU's Student Bar Association as president, mentor director, chair of the Wellness Committee, and 2O representative. He was also a Rolling Scholar, Diversity Council chair for the Hispanic Law Students Association, and vice president of SMU Outlaw. Alejandro was he was the on-campus director of the SMU Board of Advocates and participated in the Corporate Counsel Externship Program. After graduation, Alejandro will join Wood, Smith, Henning, and Berman as an associate in the Dallas office. Alejandro, will you please stand to be recognized? Congratulations. Our second recipient is the Thomas W. Luce III Centennial Dedman Law Scholarship recipient, Johanna Pang. Johanna served as the Associate Managing Editor of the Journal of Air Law and Commerce, a research assistant to Professor Genya Turner, Lord Chief Baroness of the Barristers, and a Squire Patton Boggs Public Policy Fellow. Johanna was named Champion, Best Brief in Region, and Best Speaker in Region 11 in the National Moot Court Competition, and her team finished 10th in the nation. As a 2L, Johanna won the National Championship at the ABA National Appellate Advocacy Competition, and this year returned to finish in the top 16 of the nation, and was named the 3rd best oralist in the country. For her accomplishments in advocacy and academics, she was recently recognized as Academic All-American Advocate by the National Association of Legal Advocacy Educators. Johanna externed with the Honorable Katarina Haynes of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fifth Circuit and interned with the Texas Supreme Court Children's Commission. After graduation, she will work for the Dallas office of Aiken before clerking for the Honorable Michael Trincali of the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Texas. Johanna, will you please stand to be recognized? Congratulations. The Sarah McQuillan Tran Award honors beloved faculty member Sarah Tran, whose selfless service and unyielding commitment to her students and her scholarship in the face of personal adversity represent the very best of our profession. The award is presented to students who have demonstrated exceptional resilience and determination in overcoming personal challenges while also making a significant contribution to the law school community through acts of service. The recipients of this award embody the school's values of perseverance, compassion, and service. The award recipient has consistently demonstrated exceptional dedication to her legal studies during her time at SMU Dedman School of Law. Beyond her academic achievements, she has also been an active and integral member of our community. She has taken on significant roles within the Association of Public Interest Law and the Energy, Environment, and Natural Resources Law Society, serving as president of both. She also served in leadership roles of both If, When, How, and the Student Bar Association. She participated in an externship with the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, Office of Legal Services, and served on the SMU Science and Technology Law Review. What truly sets this award recipient apart, however, is her unwavering commitment to using her legal education for the betterment of her community and to advocate for those who often go unheard. She worked tirelessly for the Association for Public Interest Law, including spearheading a highly successful auction which raised over $25,000 for summer public interest student stipends for our 1Ls and 2Ls. After graduation, she will join Lloyd Gosselink in Austin as an associate practicing environmental law. It is my pleasure to present the Sarah McQuillan Tran Award to Lisa Silviera. Lisa, yeah, please, there you go. Congratulations. The students receiving Juris Doctor degrees with honors are identified in this program and by the special gold honor cords they are wearing around their necks. Students graduating summa cum laude are graduating in the top 2% of their class. Students graduating magna cum laude are graduating in the next 13%, and students graduating cum laude are graduating in the top 35% of the class. Jada Wyrick is the standard bearer. In a few moments, she will lead the procession of JD candidates to receive their diplomas. Earlier this week, the Order of the Coif formally inducted its new members of the JD class into their society. The Order of the Coif honors excellence in legal scholarship and is a continuation of the ancient Order of the Coif, which has been in existence since the Norman conquest of England in 1066. Its membership is strictly limited to those students graduating in the top 10% of the JD class. The new members of the Coif are listed in the program. You can also recognize them by the special white circular coif, which each of them wears on his or her tam. We are also proud to count among our student body several veterans of the United States Armed Services. We are grateful for their commitment and selfless service of military graduates and their families. Our graduating veterans can be identified by the special red, white, and blue cords they are wearing. Veterans, students, graduates, will you please stand to be recognized for your service to our country? While we recognize the particular academic and service achievements of some of our graduates, we do not have time to individually recognize the accomplishments of each member of this wonderful class. Each and every one of you has achieved so much during your time in law school, and it has been a privilege and honor for the faculty and staff to be part of your education. In an effort to further highlight our graduates' accomplishments and to respect their involvement in school activities, we have broadened our policy for adornments to include law school organization and academic center adornments. You may find a key describing all the adornments in your program. Let me also take a moment to thank the faculty for their extraordinary work. This faculty is recognized locally, nationally, and internationally as leaders in their respective fields. Yet the professional lives of these dedicated individuals revolve around the students and their classroom. As we honor our graduating students today, it is appropriate to pay tribute to our professors. Faculty, will you please stand to be recognized? The staff at Dedman Law are exceptional. They sustain our law school and support our students so well. They were also instrumental in helping organize today's hooding ceremony. Dedman Law staff, wherever you are, will you please stand to be recognized? As we honor our graduates, it is also important to give special recognition to their families and friends. For all that these students have accomplished, none of them did it alone. Many of you were supported by a spouse, partner, or significant other. Other family members have also played a crucial role in bringing you here today. Children, parents, siblings, grandparents, friends, all have contributed to this milestone in countless ways. Most importantly, with encouragement, concern, and love. If you are a spouse, child, parent, sibling, grandparent, friend, aunt or uncle, or other supporter of our graduates, will you please stand to be recognized? Thank you. For those of you who received the Master of Laws degree today, your time with us was shorter than those who receive a JD. Nonetheless, you brought us something special, and we hope that you not only will take away new skills and knowledge learned, but also new friendships. Our American LLM students came to us with experience in the practice of law and with a perspective gained at another law school. Our international LM students and SJD students who came to us from many different countries have given us new insights and knowledge about our rapidly shrinking world. For over 90 years, the law school has offered graduate legal education to lawyers, judges, and law professors from around the world. Today, there are well over 2,000 LLM graduates engaged in the private practice of law and public service in at least 80 countries. Wherever you go, you will always be a part of the SMU Dedman School of Law family. We hope and believe that you will make this world a better place and look forward to learning about your professional accomplishments in the future. We will now proceed with the hooding and diploma ceremony. Our SJD candidates will be hooded by Professors Paul Rogers and Leo Yu. Professors Rogers and Yu were also selected by the graduating LLM class to hood the LLM candidates. Professors Dale Carpenter, Tom Leatherberry, Anna Offit, and Paul Rogers will be hooding the JD and JD MBA candidates. A tradition at the law school is that individuals who graduated from SMU Dedman School of Law in the past and who have family members graduating with this year's class may participate in their hooding. Those family members are seated in a special section and will be called upon at the appropriate time to participate in the hooding ceremony. Assistant Dean Martin Camp will announce the recipients of the graduate degrees.
Dean Nance, we're going to start with the award for the Doctors of SJD, Jurisprudential Science. First of our candidates is Omar Abdul-Jadr. Nora Abdallah Al-Shidi. We will now move to the candidates, the LLM international candidates. The first is Huria Arma. Basma Ibrahim Al-Humad. Luis Armando Felix Diaz. Alejandro Beltran. Pamela Cesar Baird. Kabna Bansu. Daniel Bourne Roman. Eileen Buntello Weber. Bahar Bulbul. Paulina Calderon Hernandez. Yachi Chang. Angela Chavez Gonzalez. Jingjian Chen. Valentina Cruz Diaz. Mariel Delgado Villanueva. Lilian Nijojo Ijigibu. Lija Foreman. Michael Furr. Jorge Hunan Garza. Gisele Hoffman. Sarina Karmacharya. Shen Li. Diego Luis Linhares. Yakun Ma. Sandra Aluchi Madu. Alison Martins Hartman. Oh, she's being hooded. Is this right? Okay. Are we there? So, okay. Being hooded by her wife, Gabriela Hartman, class of 2024. Buddha Machuji. Angelica Nunez. Giovanna Rabello Ferrari. Alia Sadrasa. Joshua Ruiz Echeverria. Marianja Salazar Soto. Darlisa Shal. Thais Alves. Tahia Tasnim. Ernesto Velarde. Ziyu Wan. Anna Paula Weaver. Han Zhu. Zaiking Zhu. Yangxing Zhang. Dean Nance, we now will begin the Masters of Taxation and General. Ernest Richards. Nathan Sakamuri. Jasmine Thomas. Abdurrahman Abdulmohsen Akalan. Ricardo David Arbula Guerra. Dean Nance, these are the graduate students for the class of 2025.
We will now proceed to recognize the JD class of 2025. We invite the first set of JD Hooders to take their place to hood the standard bearer. Our standard bearer, Jada Wyrick, will be hooded first and presented with her diploma. Jada is graduating summa cum laude. The president of the Student Bar Association, Alejandro Cantu, will be hooded and presented with his diploma next. In the long-standing tradition of Dedman law, the president of the Student Bar Association will present the Juris Doctor candidates. Will the other JD candidates please come forward, beginning with the Student Bar Association vice president.
Abigail Cravens. Annika Adams. Noor Ain. Rory Joseph Allison, cum laude. Mia Alvarez. Timothy Reese Anick. Mary Corinne Archer, magna cum laude. Sydney Cessna Ashore. Olivia Augustat, cum laude. Danielle Elizabeth Ball. Madison Joy Bauer, magna cum laude. Mallory Bayless, magna cum laude. Matthew Charles Bean. Luke Alexander Besney. Dylan Bone. Cameron Bonk, cum laude. Rachel Elizabeth Briner, magna cum laude. Caroline Emily Brown, cum laude. Colin Anderson Brown. Karen Bolnis Aramburu. Catherine Allison Birch, magna cum laude. Gunnar Berkman. Matthew Michael Cardoni, magna cum laude, hooded by his brother-in-law, Jason Jorgens, class of 2016. David Carl. William Chase Carruthers. Caitlin Alexandra Cerny. Josiah Samuel Chaco, cum laude. Varsha Chalapali. Jacob Chapman. Ray Clapp, cum laude. Matthew Condon, summa cum laude. Cole Stephen Connor, hooded by his cousin Jeff Connor, class of 2014. Latrell Connor. Taylor Cox. Alan Matthew Cuff. Austin Davis. Hope Margaret Dawson, magna cum laude. Mackenzie Ray Dieter. Gabriel David DeYoung. Tara Victoria DeJam. Jashel DeMar. Carmen Gray Drowan. David Rains DeBose Jr. Jessica Lee Duty, cum laude. Bridget Kathleen Dwyer, cum laude. Dustin Scott Dykes, cum laude. John Easton, summa cum laude. Mason Embry, magna cum laude. Galilea Carolina Escobedo. Natalie K. Evans. Josephine Fisher. Thank you, you too. Bailey Eileen Foreman. Lauren Ferry. Katie Force Costanza. Campbell Garrett. Patricia Gamble Garrett Van Bordel. Madison Claire Geiger. Madeline Gerald. Connor Gilliam. Reese Glusing, magna cum laude. Julia Goodson, magna cum laude. Dane Godarzi. Carlos Grande. Jack Elliott Grant, magna cum laude. Natalia Graves. Mary Greer. Julia Guimaraes. Tasha Gupta. Isabella Ray Gutierrez Salinas. Amna Haq. Cum laude. Tyler Joseph Harbert. Graham Michael Hastings, cum laude. Carl Winfield Hatton. Angelina Hemme. Brian Heddish. Emily Kate Hightower. Addie Grace Hobbs, cum laude. Caroline Hoke, cum laude. Morgan Lane Hotlin, summa cum laude. Jenny Lee Holst, cum laude. Hala Zena Isa. Amy Elizabeth Isselman. Catherine Ames Jakeway. Lauren Jasiak, cum laude. Harrison Jenkins, magna cum laude. Abby Jennings. Heather Ann Jones, cum laude. Bradford Jordan, cum laude. Casey Katusak, magna cum laude. Cameron Elizabeth Kenyon. Alexis Kim. Cameron Chandler King, cum laude. Hannah Kirby. Bradley William Kuchera, magna cum laude. Mukund Kumar. Rachel Joy Burrows Cup, cum laude. Morgan Lang, magna cum laude. David Scott Lanford, cum laude. Reagan Larimer, cum laude. Edward Bennett Lassiter, hooded by his father, Edward Lassiter, class of 1996. Kelly Liang. Andres Lopez. Amy Lord. Kelly McGinnis, magna cum laude. Elena Mack, cum laude. Kyle Mann. Jacqueline Marie Marsh, cum laude. Aaron Matos. Christina Malden, magna cum laude. Laurel McCabe, cum laude. Janiyah Talisha McGahee. Alyssa Elaine McLeod. Zachary Logan Miller. Farwa Nakvi. Ibrahim Nasser, cum laude. Tariq Netsha, cum laude. Madison Claire Naylor, cum laude. David James Nelson. Madeline Ann Nelson, magna cum laude, hooded by her fiancé Samuel Keltner, class of 2023. Elizabeth New. Jess Newberry. Simran Kaur Najjar. Patricia Noel. Nathaniel Intuk. Casey Lynn Obenshane. Daniel O. Emma Kate Orlando. Evan William Osherwitz, magna cum laude. Alice Falashade Oseni. Miguel Ángel Otero. Leonora Owsley. Grayson Paget. Robert Palaman. Johanna Pang, magna cum laude. Radhika Patel. Sean Paul. Hunter Petlansky. Christopher Ryan Plummer, hooded by his stepmother, Natalie Plummer, class of 1994. Venable Barclay Proctor, cum laude, hooded by his wife, Sarah Starr Proctor, class of 2022. Kiara Ann Natale. Ryan Puente. Grace Ann Pulliam, magna cum laude, hooded by her mother, Lisa Pulliam, class of 2006. Sean Quirk. Allison Ramsey, magna cum laude. Chase Lester Rannells. Jared Raspberry. Ephraim Reiterman, cum laude. Lauren Kendall Restino. Kendall Richardson. Ryan Michael Richmond. Alexander Rose, cum laude. Sydney Alexandra Rose, cum laude, hooded by her mother-in-law, Rebecca Vasquez, class of 2008. Taylor Rosenbleeth, cum laude. Amir Sada. Armin Devin Sater, cum laude. Evan Sakulensky, magna cum laude. Ben Wright Samway, magna cum laude. Gabriela Marcela Sanchez. Michael Sanders. Mason Sarver. Caitlin Michael Schley, cum laude. Shreya Sengudavan. Samantha Shaps, cum laude. Yeah. Lindsay Shaw, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Louise Sherwood, cum laude. Ella Madeline Sicking. Lisa Caroline Silvera. Lauren Slaughter. Nicholas Smetzer. Dr. Victoria May Smagaki Laubacher, magna cum laude. Sumner Austin Smith, hooded by his grandfather Stephen F. Chapman, class of 1965. Jillian Barry Smorenberg, cum laude. Alexis Michael. Charles Spiegel. A.B. Steinberg, hooded by his father, Mark Steinberg, Rupert and Lillian Radford Chair in Law and Professor of Law. Naomi Stelivin. Nakia Stelivin. Caitlin Stevens. Sierra Stone, magna cum laude. Hannah Elaine Streitman. Caroline Kate Sullivan. Lawson Sumler, cum laude. Brooke Suter, magna cum laude. Sophie Maria Tallman. Ashley Tarng. Chase Edward Tidmore. Brandon Toby. Brianna Torres. Nathaniel Thomas Victorino Troop, cum laude. David Turner. Elena Catherine Van Nort. Jack Thomas Vandenberg. Alexis Reagan Vanette. Maya Verma. Valeria Susana Villagomez. Andrea Villalpando. Jonathan Moses Vivat, cum laude. Anna Claire Vota. Ashley Melissa Watson, hooded by her father, Michael Watson, class of 1990. Brittany Weber. Theodore Nathan Wells. Bailey Michelle White. Gabriella Kate Whitehead. Tate Witten, magna cum laude. Robert Williams, cum laude. Easton Wilson. Catherine Wisniewski, cum laude. Kelsey Peyton Womack. Rena Wong. Ariana Wu. Siran Yan, summa cum laude. Mackenzie Ashlyn Young. Priya Lahiri Young. Greg Zalesny. Sandro Zingas.
Please join me in congratulating all of our graduates one final time. That was a good, healthy applause. Graduates, you will always be part of the SMU alumni family and members of the Mustang Bar Law Alumni Association. Please stay connected to us, and we will stay connected to you so we can celebrate your accomplishments in the coming years. We have high expectations for each of you and know that you will go on to accomplish many great things. This concludes the hooding ceremony. We ask that the audience please remain seated until the stage party and the graduates have left. Graduates, please stay seated until the stage party processes. Then you'll be directed row by row from your seats. To our guests, our graduates will be directed outside, so please proceed to the exit to meet your graduates in the plaza outside after the stage party and the graduates have left. Thank you again for attending our hooding ceremony, and go Mustangs.